This matchup is for the bronze medal. We've got the Onondaga RedHawks taking on the Port Coquitlam Saints. We're going to introduce the RedHawks first, starting with the goalies. Number 1, Braxton Jones. Number 30, Kobe Gibson. Number 35, Lyndon Hill. Number 2, Carson Colucci. 4, John Pierce. 5, Jaden Jimerson. 6, Nelson Jones. 7, Rio Johnson. 10, Bruce Benedict. 15, Gabe Edwards. 17, Hayden Hemlock. 18, Parker Booth Jr. 19, Nick Thomas. 20, Trevor Hill. 21, John Lou Moreno. 22, Mason Homer. 23, Bryce Stout. 25, Rob Hill. 33, Brian Moses. 43, Mikey Quick. 44, Vern Cook Jr. 66, Brett Bucktooth Jr. 73, Jack Rice. 74, Aaron Johnson. 77, Rail Adams. 88, Arrow Booth. And now for the Port Coquitlam Saints, starting with your goalies. Number 1, Grayson Banks. Number 41, Daniel Bowers. Number 2, Ethan Self. Number 3, Bailey Newton. Number 4, Nolan Ross. Number 6, Eric Dozy. Number 7, Cole Newton. Number 9, Brendan Woodward. Number 12, Riley Learn. Number 15, Jared Masnick. Number 16, Jordan Reckonet. Number 17, Tyler Learn. Number 18, Scott McLeod. Number 19, Kalen Mander. Number 20, Nathan Miller. Number 21, Austin Taggart. Number 22, Tag Moog. Number 23, Brandon Murray. Number 24, David Little. And number 48, Aiden McDonald. And now if we could ask everybody to stand for the playing of the national anthems.
Yo, Welcome on in here, ladies and gentlemen. It's our second to last game of the Founders Cup, and it is for the bronze medal. Welcome into BC Sports TV. Tino Farah here, your voice for this bronze medal Founders Cup matchup. This one going down between the Poco Saints and the Onondaga RedHawks following a day that was absolutely insane in terms of situations and how things could have ended up. And it all came down to the last game of the day yesterday, which gave us our final matchups. Let's head on down to the Poco crease, shall we? And let's tell you about our starting goaltender. Wearing number 1, as he does so often, it's Grayson Beggs, getting his 3rd straight start in this tournament. Coming into this one with a goals against average of 10.45 and a 7.67 save percentage. Has been pretty strong in these last 2 games. We'll see if that continues here. And hopefully we'll come home with some hardware from Poco's perspective. Meanwhile, across the floor, it's been one of the most entertaining goaltenders to watch throughout this Founders Cup run. It's Lyndon Hill with a similar stat line here, a goals against of 10.51 and an 8.02 save percentage. Such an interesting style of play for one Lyndon Hill, and it's helped get his team in a fight for the bronze medal. First possession goes to Onondaga, shot early from Johnson, who goes sprawling into the end boards. Man, that was a tough one to get up from, but he does bounce right back, has some words as well for Newton, and they jaw on their way back towards their respective benches. And now possession for the Saints. In comes Murray. Near side feed, Masnik. Swim move, reverse tuck. That one goes wide. Murray again. Backhand flip. Shot saved by Hill. As Moog mixes it up with a Onondaga defender. And there's those drums, ladies and gentlemen. They come early and they come often. And they fill this John Bailey Arena with music. Vern Cook Jr. couldn't take it cleanly, throws a punch as well, no call. It is Chippy here early. Both these teams had expectations of going for gold, but pride still certainly on the line along with the bronze medal. Lots to play for here in our second to last game of the Founders Cup. And now an early power play will go towards Poco. And it is a power play brought to you by Dan Foss Couriers. And they specialize in next day delivery of basically anything. From a pallet to a truck full, food to dangerous goods, they've got you covered. Trusted since 1967, they are someone you can count on. So in comes the Poco power play, 52% coming into this game. They've been able to find the back of the net with relative ease for the most part through 5 games played. Underhand flip, far side Murray. Fake shot. Now he'll step into one, blocked and taken away by a defender. Here comes Bryce Stout with Murray to his right. He's got a man streaking through the middle, still alone on the crease. Now Newton comes up to take away that clean look as Nick Thomas takes the drop pass. In comes the double team. Ball gets knocked loose. Thomas grabs it again, works on top of the crease, runs into a 3rd defender. Man, Gabe Edwards has been open for almost this entire possession, and they've been unable to get the pass over to him. And now a delayed call coming up against Poco as they take possession towards the center line, and heading off now for the Saints will be Nathan Miller. Extreme Threads are your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering 10 Spanish flags, decals, signs, and so much more. Check them out online, extremethreads.ca. Rio Johnson has the stick ripped out of his hands. He continues to mix it up with Newton. We'll go 4-on-4 now. Ball taken away by Mander. Off to the races. Turns into a breakaway. Kalen Mander robbed by Hill. These Onondaga fans are loud here, ladies and gentlemen. Cheering on their team as they continue 4-on-4 into the offensive zone. Edwards, shot saved by Beggs, and he'll just let that rebound fall towards his feet. Now David Little's gonna take an interference call. Fresh 30 here for Onondaga. Steps into a shot, save there again by Beggs. Little taking out some frustration that time on Braille Abrams. Just grasping up at his face mask as he gets onto his bench, and Poco gets over center. Now it'll be a power play for the RedHawks as Ross goes in, saved by Hill, and he'll fall back to hang on to it. And that one just rolled closer to his goal line as he got up. That close to the game's opening goal for Poco. Instead, Onondaga goes back to work on the power play for 40 more seconds. Fake shot, now down low to the corner. There's a save by Beggs. And another hit afterwards, and that didn't look great. I believe Bailey Newton is going to get the call for that. Oh, man. I think that was Nelson Jones. Got sent flying into the boards. Just an unnecessary hit there by Bailey Newton. And we'll see what the call will be here officially. 5-4. Can you hear how unsure I was there in my voice there, George? 4 minute. Checking from behind goes against Bailey Newton. So it'll be a 5-on-3 here for the next 33 seconds or less. And Onondaga will just go 4-on-3 with a safety man waiting near the center line. Vern Cook Jr. wanted the one-timer far side from the crease. Arrow Booth couldn't get a clean look. Now they go to the opposite crease. Ball bounces off the corner boards. Johnson. One-timer again sails high and wide, and that will go near the center line. Chasing it down is Cole Newton. Pass to the middle, Mander couldn't grab it. Deflects over to Lyndon Hill. And he'll send it back up to the power play as we now move on to 5-on-4 action. Garen John waiting for the rest of his power play to get on. Late man joining in will be Trevor Hill. Just 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock now, as that was a late change for Onondaga. Booth to Hill. Vern Cook Jr. fake shot, far side feed. Booth pass to the middle. Not a great one. The shot clock has expired. No buzzer has gone, though. Nobody knows. Now they get the call. The RedHawks got an extra probably 3 or 4 seconds trying to dig for possession. Now stretch pass. Swim move by Masnick. Another reverse backhand blocked and goes to the corner. Collecting now is Ethan Self. Absorbing some contact on the near side boards. In comes the second defender. Self just pinned along these boards now. Masnick's coming to help. And that'll be an interference call against Onondaga. Good effort there by Self. See, he shares some words for the Onondaga bench as he gets onto his. 2:05 remaining. And the penalty to Bailey Newton. Taggart slows down. 10 to shoot. Murray, shot wide. That'll go off the sideboards and taken away by the RedHawks. There's another hit from behind. No call there, as that was Moog going right at Carson Colucci. But the RedHawks call a timeout just as they clear center. So we'll get a shortened break now until we go back to the power play in favor of the RedHawks. And this is a power play brought to you by Meridian Farm Market. Shop fresh craft meats, local hand-picked produce, and farm market groceries delivered fresh to your door. Visit meridianfarmmarket.ca today. And I don't know if the people listening can tell here, George, but my voice is a little bit hoarse after the games last night, especially that second one. I was so excited about it. It was such a great game. Going into the last game of the night as well, Victoria versus Edmonton, came right down to the last couple minutes. And now I'm trying to save my voice a little bit so I still have some for the championship game. So I'm still trying to bring that high energy, high level of excitement. But in case you're hearing a little bit of struggle in my vocal cords, just so everybody knows, that's why. We've been here for like 2 weeks. I live in this arena now. Back to the action we go. Abrams sends it over to the lefties. Here's Rio Johnson from the corner. Now Vern Cook Jr. Back to the point. Skip feed. Cook Jr. winding up, gets underneath. Flip pass is a good one. Shot is a good one as well. But the save from Beggs just a little bit better. Rebound collected by Onondaga, and they'll grab a reset. At the point, it's Garen John. They quickly send it down low to the far side corner. Now return to the point, and Cook Jr. takes the pass. Now they start their motion. Here's Booth, far side, feed through the middle, saved by Beggs. Another rebound collected by the RedHawks as Booth drops his stick, taking some contact. Trevor Hill got one as well. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Flip feed. Hill returns it to the point. Shot saved Beggs. Now Nathan Miller looks up the floor. Doesn't like what he sees, so he'll take it himself. Splitting a couple of forecheckers. Deflected pass intended for Mander. Continues after it and grabs it from the corner. Mander sends it cross floor. Murray, fake shot. Now he'll backpedal. Takes a couple of slashes as well. Under 5 to shoot. Murray takes a shot from distance. A low one saved by Lyndon Hill. And now Newton will step out of the box. A successful kill here. A lengthy one for Poco to start this game. 15 to shoot now for Onondaga. So we go to 5-on-5 play. Backhand flip, goes far side, shot. Beggs got a piece of it, collision afterwards. Now loose ball grabbed here by Scott McLeod. I believe he's getting into his first game of the Founders. One Scott McLeod. But the interference call goes against his team. Back to work goes Onondaga. Shot off the crossbar. Still awaiting the game's opening goal here in this bronze medal matchup. It's Cook Jr. Swim move from the perimeter. Now looks through. Skip feed, one-timer, and that goes wide and out the other side. Collected by Cook Jr. There's a shot, another save by Beggs. Now taken away by Cole Newton. Newton really dictating the pace here as he takes his time over center. Now gets onto the bench. It's Masnick. Has his stick slashed out of his hands. Didn't know he had a defender closing in behind him. Onondaga just with that extra jump. So we approach the midway point of this first period. Now Arrow Booth. Shot. Edwards fires that one wide. Now off the far sideboards. Mander's going to chase after it. Tough bounce. Now near side feed. Rio Johnson will collect. Ethan Self, the defender, watching him. Johnson still with it. Tries to go underneath. Stepping through the crease. But cannot avoid. And now Booth is going to head off to the sin bin here. And Poco's going to go to the power play. Built on the definition of unpretentious, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse offers great, affordable food and drink selections in an environment that lets you be you. Lets George be George. Come as you are and enjoy great food and drink in a relaxed atmosphere. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse in Coquitlam. Jared Masnick runs point here. Ball returned to him, skip feed through the middle. Now McDonald scores! The power play goes to work again. The set play works to perfection. McDonald sneaks in behind the high defender near side. Pass from Dozy is a good one, and McDonald opens the scoring in the bronze medal game. Now up to 17 points for Aiden McDonald. Dozy up to 15 with an assist on that play. Now face-off won by Poco. We'll see if that latest goal puts a little extra jump in their step. 5-on-5. As McDonald right back onto the floor. Righty strong on this set. Taggart looks through the middle. Drop pass, far side. Moog had to take it off a hop. Now a sidearm rip from distance just before the shot clock expires. And Onondaga is going to go back to the penalty box. Just checking my watch quickly to see what time it is. Make sure they're open, because this next power play is brought to you by the Cat and Fiddle Pub. Proudly locally owned and operated for over 30 years and voted best pub in BC by the province. With 2 covered and heated patios, famous traditional pub fare, and a great atmosphere. Go see why the locals love them 3 decades running. McDonald, fake pass. Now over to Murray. Down low to the corner. They go post to post. Pass is just off target. Dozy will collect. 8 to shoot. Masnick shot saved by Hill. Stepping over to his right, just getting it with his heel. Fresh 30 now for the Poco power play. Masnick, underhand feed. Murray saved by Hill. The goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. And 2 strong saves for Lyndon Hill is what they need. Jack Rice was absolutely crucial to Onondaga's penalty kill in their game yesterday. Still with it, killing clock, takes a hit from behind into the end boards. Again, the shot clock has expired, but no buzzer goes off. It's the second time in this game that that's happened, and Jack Rice was getting a rough ride there afterwards. Just over 30 seconds remaining on the Poco power play. Masnick to Murray. Back up top to the point. Masnick sends one down to the far side corner. He wants it back to him. Skip feed past him. Shot blocked. Nolan Ross couldn't throw that one on goal. Takes a hit afterwards as well. And I think there's something going on with the shot clock right now here, folks, because the timer is going down, but there's no buzzer unless it's just being completely muffled by the drums in the building. The Onondaga coaching staff is furious right now as their player was left in the penalty box for an extra couple of seconds there. Scrambly play on the floor right now in this bronze medal matchup. Now Rekinek, far side, Murray to Moog, skip feed to McDonald. the lone goal scorer here in this game with just over 7 minutes to play. Murray has his shot blocked, and that'll deflect back over center. Moog will apply some pressure of his own, but Nelson Jones takes the ball anyways. In comes Arrow Booth. Big shot, wide. And the rebound goes all the way back to Lyndon Hill. Now Rio Johnson mixing it up with Cole Newton. We'll see if there are multiple penalties here. I believe both number 7s will head into the penalty box. It has been a penalty-filled affair in this first period. I agree, cameraman extraordinaire George Parra. Chippy indeed. And the RedHawks coaching staff still making sure the officials are aware of their displeasure. I think the scorekeepers trying to get the attention of the officials as well currently, who are still unaware. So roughing calls will go both ways. And we'll see some 4-on-4 action. Onondaga furious right now with the way this game has started. Masnick, stutter step move, gets in alone. Great save, Hill! Two-man forecheck here for Poco, but Onondaga gets through it. Now they'll look to Cook Jr. Scores! That'll bring a smile to some of their faces as Vern Cook Jr. left all alone, fresh off the bench. A little underhand shot goes far side past Beggs and ties it up at 1. We have a matchup here. I'm not even just talking about the teams here, but the fan bases, Onondaga and Poco. We have a battle of the music because to my right, the Poco fans have all of their shakers. They have a siren, I believe. And then to my left, we have the drums from the Onondaga faithful. Both sides trying to play a factor for their teams as McDonald steps into a shot saved by Hill. Big rebound and another penalty coming up to Onondaga. This time it'll be John Pierce heading off. I think I'm going to get through all of my ad reads here this period, George. Are you ready for a new ride? Metro Ford of Port Coquitlam has you covered. Check out our huge selection of quality vehicles and experience the Metro difference today. You hear that, George? Go to Metro Ford today. Confirmed. George is going to go get a new car today. Confirmed. Metro Ford, be on standby for him. You can take a nap in your new car, George. So it will be 4-on-3. As Cook Jr. comes off the bench to have a quick word with the official, get an explanation. But it will be 4-on-3 in favor of the Saints. Looking to reclaim the lead. Murray shot, kick save by Hill. He looks sharp, folks. Lyndon Hill continues to put on an impressive performance. It's Masnick. Backhand shot, Ross gets one off, a second chance, and they score off the rebound. From the crease, right place, right time, as the ball falls right into the back of the stick of Eric Dozie, depositing his 5th of the tournament. Impressive hands there, actually, from Eric Dozie, as that one fired right off the left leg of Lyndon Hill. And Dozie had to reach for it a little bit. Didn't just fall into his stick. He did have to corral it. But gets a handle on it and puts his team back on top by 1. And now we'll go back to 4-on-4 play. Hill lobs that one, trying to send it down the floor, goes high off the ceiling. Now Woodward, pass over to Mander, steps around the first check, shot, save, Hill! Now Brandon Woodward mixing it up a little with Bryant Moses as they both head off. Did I tell you it's getting chippy, folks? Because it is. Here's Aero Booth. Tyler Learn comes in to help. They get the shot through, though, off a drive. And more collisions afterwards. I believe it's Ethan Self now with the extra shot while Trevor Hill was on the ground. And confirmed, I will get through all of our ad reads through just the first period. Sam's Neighborhood Pub is exactly what you're looking for. Relaxed atmosphere, great food, cold drinks, and located on Elgin in the heart of downtown Poco. Pay him a visit this afternoon, why don't you? George, in your new vehicle for Metro Ford. I'm trying to sell George on this car. Okay, so Newton and Johnson both step out of the box. So it's 5-on-4 now in favor of Onondaga. They try the hidden ball trick. Beggs not going to fall for it. Hill out there after drawing this penalty. Pass to the point. Now Johnson. Fake pass down low. Cook Jr. has to reach for it. Now 3 to shoot. Winding, firing, save by Beggs. Garen John whipping that one towards the cage. Now Mander, shorthanded. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first. Poco with a slight advantage in shots, 15-11. As Mander off the spin move, drives through, backhand shot off the mark. That'll go behind the crease of Lyndon Hill and taken away by a defender. In comes Nelson Jones. Draw pass to John. Booth comes in to join him, as does Abrams. Abrams with it now, down low. Trevor Hill sends it back to the point. Excuse me, that was Aero Booth, not Trevor Hill. Johnson shoots, saved by Beggs. And Booth grabs the rebound. Fresh 30 for the RedHawks. Still on the power play for another 30 or so seconds. Newton picks that pass off, and he's gone. Loses it, trying to chase it down. And a good back check there. Still gets the pass free, the Newton to Newton connection. Almost cashed in. They'll both head off for a change now, with Onondaga going back the other way. Under 10 seconds until Self rejoins the play. Cook Jr., low shot saved by Beggs. Got to be careful of that late shot, as Self wanted the breakaway feed as he steps out of the box. Instead, he'll head off for a change, and we'll go back to 5-on-5. Poco also with the rare mismatch look today. Black jerseys, white shorts. It's Masnick, shoots, saved by Hill, and he'll fall on top of it. Better to be safe than sorry. The RedHawks goaltender might have to make another save here, as Onondaga having a real hard time getting this into the stick of their offensive players. Bruce Benedict had 2 chances to pass it up. Both times the ball falls out of his stick, and now he'll have to go back for another defensive shift. Late man joining is Brendan Murray. He has the ball sent to him now. Heavy screen set. Rekinek is going to have to head off. And there's a penalty coming up here to Brendan Murray right before he got onto the bench. Delay a game call, I believe. You guys are lucky I don't have another ad read. I would give you another one if I had one here. You'll just have to wait till the second period. Here's Arrow Booth from the corner. Now they go to the near side. Johnson, Cook Jr., back to the point. Garen John drives through the middle, trying to create some space. Pass to Johnson. Just handcuffed him a little bit. Garen John in to collect. He'll take the shot. A high save by Beggs, and he'll grab the rebound himself. Thought about the long pass to Mander, decides against it. As Bailey Newton will grab. Near side feed to Ross. Gets around the first defender, driving through. Shot blocked. No, save, excuse me, by Hill. Now Nolan Ross comes up with it again, takes a high hit there. And man, oh man, I hope this game gets dialed in here because this has been ugly. Let's see if that's going to be a 5, actually. That 2-minute penalty. Okay, good. Was a little aggressive, but the officials doing a good job trying to take control of this game. Under a minute to play. 4-on-4. Masnick sends it over to Dozy, looking through the middle, returned over to the righties. Ross out there after drawing the penalty. Dozy gets through, saved by Hill. That'll go out of play off the goaltender. He's arguing that he didn't get a piece of it, but the officials say otherwise. Here's Taggart to Ross. Takes the space, cleared. Masnick had a lane, but too aggressive on the pick he set. That'll go interference and send Onondaga back to the O-zone with 23 seconds to play. But they give it right back to the Saints. Taggart up. As that pass was off the mark. Now Lyndon Hill comes out to take it away, and they'll try to right their wrongs, this time clearing center successfully. Here's Gabe Edwards. Under 10 to play. Johnson, shot saved by Beggs as he squeezes that one with his right arm. One more pass over to Woodward, up the floor. Poco had a clean look as Ethan Self was all alone. I don't think they noticed him in time. And we will head towards the second period. Low scoring first. It's Poco 2 and Onondaga 1. We'll be back here in about 10 minutes time, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the Founders Cup on BC Sports TV. second period action coming right to your screens right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we are just moments away from the start of the second period. Welcome back to BC Sports TV. Tino Farah here. The teams cross paths en route to their respective benches. And if you did miss the first period, you missed a chippy one, to say the least, full of penalties. Don't have the penalty minute stats in front of me, but seems like we saw a lot more of 4-on-4, 5-on-4, 4-on-3 at one point. A lot more of that than what we saw of 5-on-5 action. But after 20 minutes, it is the hometown Poco Saints 2 and the Onondaga RedHawks 1 with 40 minutes remaining here. Both these teams trying to earn a bronze medal by the time they leave here this afternoon. Back to the action we will go. Opening faceoff, quickly into the zone goes Woodward, saved by Hill. An early test, 5 seconds in for the RedHawks goaltender. And now it'll be a shortened power play for Poco as Murray steps out of the box. Just over 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Bruce Benedict, currently watching on. Now spin move, Trevor Hill shot saved by Beggs, collected by Mander. He's got Murray already on the floor, so he'll collect. The power play will go back to work now. Poco tries the hidden ball trick, not going to work against the RedHawks short-handed. Learn. Down low to the corner, through the middle, Murray gets it off, and a save by Hill. I think it bounced just a little bit earlier than what Murray had intended, but a save nonetheless. And now we'll go back to 5-on-5, just over a minute into the period. It's Onondaga clearing the zone, working from the corner. Nice move there on Masnick by Bryce Stout. He'll head off for a change after sending it back out to the perimeter. Now Rio Johnson takes the pass. Tackle to the floor as Newton gets back to his feet. Both Newton brothers have been right in the mix of all the chippiness in the opening 20 minutes. Looks like that continues there, as it was Cole Newton who was sent sprawling. Ethan Self gets a lick in there as well. Johnson, underhand flip pass to Arrow Booth. Back to the point. Cook Jr. has his shot blocked. He is the lone goal scorer for these RedHawks. Almost had another one, and we have another penalty coming up. Edwards gets underneath. Last second shot is a good one, but the save from Grayson Beggs is better. And we have our first penalty of the second period. Danfoss Courier specializes in next-day delivery of basically anything. From a pallet to a truck full, food to dangerous goods, they've got you covered. Trusted since 1967, they are someone you can count on. So Brandon Woodward in the box. That's a big hit to the penalty-killing unit of the Poco Saints as well. Woodward, one of their threats in transition. Hill sends it to Cook Jr. Skip feed blocked on the shot as Miller has his stick knocked out of his hands on the block. A save shortly after by Beggs. And loose ball taken by Newton. Up the floor. Here's Taggart. Shot off the post. Now Taggart with possession. Poco with the reset. Nolan Ross finding some space, still on the penalty kill for another minute and 15. See, he goes near that restraining line. Got to be careful there of the back over call. Now another penalty will go to Onondaga, and I believe it'll be Jack Rice. So what was originally a big knock to the Poco PK is now a knock to the Onondaga penalty killers, as Jack Rice has, on a handful of occasions, single-handedly killed entire penalties for these RedHawks. But now he'll watch from afar. Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decal signs, and so much more. Check them out online, extremethreads.ca. 4-on-4 for the next 50 or so seconds till a shortened power play for the Saints. Eric Dozie has the 2-1 goal. Fires that one off the left toe of Lyndon Hill and out of play. Fresh 30 now for the Saints. Here's Ross. Thought about the drive. Pass to Masnick. Shot, scores! When there's room available, a player like Jared Masnick will thrive. He can shoot, he can dodge, he can pass. That time around, he saw a shot lane that he liked, and he fired it. That's the 12th goal of the tournament for Jared Masnick, and it puts his team up by 2. Now we wait for the response of the RedHawks. Still 4-on-4 for the next 25 seconds. Booth takes it off the jump. Looking far side, takes the shot, scores! There's the answer they need. Arrow Booth finds the back of the net. Just watching where his head was looking. Obviously, we can't see the eyes of Arrow Booth, but his head was facing through over to the opposite corner the entire time. I don't think he looked towards Beggs until he was already firing the shot, and he picked the exact right spot, near side post, and gets his team back within 1, and now they'll quickly go back the other way as Nelson Jones takes it off the faceoff. First of the game for Arrow Booth, and that brings the drums to life. Edwards, one-hand flip. Now Poco has Woodward up the play, fresh out of the box, has to take it off the bounce, doesn't know where it is. Oh, man. Brandon Woodward ends up collecting from the corner, but that could have been a wide open breakaway for Brandon Woodward. The pass was just a little bit higher. Now Murray to Dozie. 6 to shoot. Skip feed, blocked, and taken away by Onondaga. Good strip check there by Murray, but the RedHawks keep possession. Bruce Benedict. Taken away by Jared Masnick. 2-on-1. He's got Nathan Miller, who instructs Masnick to slow down. And we'll go back to 5-on-5. Masnick with room again. Shot saved by Hill. Grabs the rebound and a fresh 30. So Dozie with another assist in this game off the latest goal from Jared Masnick. There's another low drive and a big hit afterwards. Nolan Ross has his face mask going, then he go the other way and score! With Ross still on the ground, Onondaga goes the other way. And Garen John, so much room on the crease, throws 3 or 4 fakes before he puts it over the right shoulder of Grayson Beggs. And we're all tied up here, folks. 14:32 to play. It's a brand new game. There's those drums again to our broadcast left. In the Saints defensive end. which is where they pick up the ball, now trying to clear the center line. Miller gets around the first check of Gabe Edwards. In comes another one, courtesy of Mike Quick. They dive through, but can't avoid the crease. Now Nelson Jones sprints past Ethan Self. Now Johnson takes it off the drop. Cook Jr. comes in to join the play. Swing pass to Arrow Booth. Down low to the crease, one-timer, and they can't put it in the back of the net. Might have just caught a piece of the iron and went out the other way. Now here's Brandon Woodward, saved by Hill. The intensity starting to pick up. It was a little scrambly in the first period, full of penalties. But now, pressure continues to mount for both these teams who still want to leave here with some hardware. A bronze medal on the line. Here's Cook Jr., shot saved by Beggs, and he'll hang on to the rebound that time. Another quick up, as this time McLeod with a man on his back takes a collision, finds some room away from it, he'll circle back to the corner. Now here's Austin Taggart. Feed across the floor to Riley Learn. Gets around the first check. Shot saved by Hill. No, they'll say wide and out of play. Thought that caught a piece of the goaltender. The officials disagree. Of course, they have the final say. Rice to Thomas. Quickly over to Edwards. Now Nick Thomas from the corner, behind the net. Cook Jr. works his way to his wrong side. Gets the pass through the middle anyways. There's a twister on target, saved by Beggs. Now Riley Learn draws an interference call. Call that Garen John clearly disagrees with. Now there's a fake jump shot by Masnick. Now fakes the drive low. Swing pass to the near side. Down low to the corner. Moog returns it over to the righties. Tyler Learn battling for it. Still up for grabs. Batted now over to Masnick. 5 to shoot. Masnick shot from the outside. Goes wide. And he'll head off as Onondaga clears their defensive zone. Just looking at the RedHawks bench, I actually don't know if I've seen Jaden Jimerson in this game. Rio Johnson fakes the flip, takes the shot, save, and now a call will go against Vern Cook Jr. of the RedHawks, and Polko with a chance to reclaim the 1-goal advantage here with their power play going back to work. At Meridian Farm Market, I should say, you can shop craft meats, local hand-picked produce, and farm market groceries delivered fresh to your door. You visit them online at meridianfarmmarket.ca. If you feel like making one of those orders. Dozy, near side, back to the point, Learn, backhand flip, Masnick. Looking through the middle, sends it to the corner. Murray, backhand pass. Was not a great one. Now Edwards was alone on the crease, but the pass got deflected last second. Onondaga keeps possession. Edwards still battling for it, now collects with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson driving low, shot wide. Edwards collects again to the outside. Johnson, 5 to shoot. Excuse me, that's Jack Rice. Takes the shot, saved by Beggs. Rio Johnson comes in to hunt for the rebound. He chirps the whole way towards the bench with Ethan Self. Ethan Self has also been in the mix for a lot of this game. Murray down low, one-timer out the other side. Close call there for Poco. Now Taggart, pass picked off. Now Nelson Jones, a short-handed breakaway. Murray on his back, Jones scores! The RedHawks now with 3 straight goals. As Nelson Jones goes the entire length of the floor after picking off the pass and grabs the RedHawks their first lead of the game. Now Newton with a chance. Following the draw, one hand on his stick, shot goes wide. Rebound grabbed by Bailey Newton. 15 seconds away from back to 5-on-5. Masnick takes the shot, deflected and goes wide, out of play. This time the official and I agree, George. This time we're on the same page. Off a RedHawk stick and out of play. Fresh 30 now for Poco with 6 seconds remaining on their power play. Quick up to Masnick. They'll go righty strong. Shot trickles out the other side of the crease. Hill didn't know where it was. Now a quick pass up the floor was a low bouncer picked off by Murray. Under 9 minutes remaining in the second. Masnick, swim, in alone, scores! Make it 2 for Masnick. And there's that patented swim move that we've gotten so used to throughout this week. Loves to go to it, and it worked that time around once again. Going over top of a defender when there was no help down low and ties the game at 4. Another big goal from Jared Masnick. This time Onondaga come up with it. Garen John takes a check. Oh, goes over top and just misses that top right corner. Trying to dunk it over Grayson Beggs. Ten to shoot. John down low. Booth comes over top. Swing pass to Cook Jr. Looking through the middle, get the pass off, and they score! Is that going to count? No! They'll say Gabe Edwards couldn't avoid the crease. But he takes the pass back. This time he scores! Gabe Edwards, are you kidding me? Takes it right back, picking off the pass and puts it 5-hole past Beggs, who was not expecting it whatsoever. Now the Poco coaching staff furious that Gabe Edwards was allowed to stay right on top of the crease. Both teams now have made their arguments towards the officials throughout this game. Onondaga with another chance. That pass blocked by Mander. Now taken away by Poco. They're still battling for it at least. Ends up on the sideboard, still loose. In comes Little to collect. First swim, there's 3 Onondaga forecheckers in to close on him. Batted free once again. Now Poco grabs possession as Tyler Learn finds some space. And now another delayed call will come to Onondaga. Masnick back on the floor. He's on hat trick watch here as he has it sent to him, but an interference call will go against Taggart. That'll give us a whistle. And now Mason Homer will make his march towards the sin bin. George, I'm going to say it. I'm having fun. I said it. Built on the definition of unpretentious, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse offers great, affordable food and drink selections in an environment that lets you be you. Come as you are and enjoy great quality food and drink in a relaxed atmosphere. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse in Port Coquitlam. So Poco looking to tie this game once again. They go to Dozy, post-to-post shot wide. Learn grabs the rebound, takes a high hit, no call. Learn takes a stick right to the face. Onondaga goes the other way, stick check, and the ball falls free to Beggs. Now far side feed. It's Nolan Ross sends that one back up to Masnick. The power play getting back out onto the floor. Jared Masnick. Pass now to Murray. Shot blocked. And rebound collected there off the body of Bruce Benedict and into his stick. He got cut off by Rekinek. Just has to send this one down the floor to negate what would have been a 10-second count going against them. Masnick collects and sent it cross floor to Cole Newton. Still on the power play for 45 more seconds. Masnick gets to the point. Masnick goes wide. Rebound was about to go right to Brendan Murray. Instead, picked off by Nelson Jones. Again, shorthanded. Forced to the corner. Backhand shot just misses. And again, Poco goes the other way. Here's Mander. Saved by Hill. And he'll fall on top. Now Poco takes it away, and they score! We've seen it twice now as the breakout pass picked off right on top of the crease. This time it's Nathan Miller. And the exact same fashion that Onondaga scored just a few minutes ago, Poco returns the favor. You can't make this stuff up, George. Wow. I'm going to say it again, George. I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Now Poco with possession. That was a power play goal for the Saints. A weird one, to say the least. But the Saints grab possession again. Moog sends it cross floor. Masnick goes underneath. He likes what he sees. Dunk shot, no goal. Again there, Lacrosse Canada rules, or Canada Lacrosse rules. Forget which order that wording goes in. So you got to remember on these crease dives, as soon as your feet cross the plane, even if you're in the air, you're in the crease. You can tiptoe it, your body can lean over, but the second your feet cross the line, despite being in the air, you're considered in the crease. Now Tyler Learn chases it down. And couldn't grab it cleanly. So he'll start possession from the far side corner. Moog wanted the one-timer. Pass was just behind him. Now he'll apply some pressure on the forecheck. And he's going to stay and play a D shift here. Cole Newton is the late man off the bench for Poco. Rio Johnson comes into the play now for Onondaga, joined by Nick Thomas. Garen John, fake shot, over top, Right in the midsection there. Second chance opportunity for Johnson, and he puts it wide. Rebound collected by Cole Newton. Tripped up. No call. Taken away by the RedHawks. Johnson with some room. Takes the shot. Saved by Beggs. Now the Saints clear center. It's Taggart. Backpedals away. Rekinek takes the pass. Now through the middle. Wide. Masnick tried a twister that time around. An unsuccessful take. And here come the RedHawks. Gabe Edwards. Near side to Trevor Hill. Moving in on his toes, ready to make a move. He fakes the pass far side, now sends it over to Thomas. Edwards through the middle, finds a shot lane off the post. Rebound collected. In comes McLeod over center. He'll leave for Jordan Rekinek. Late man joining will be Taggart. Lefty strong here for Poco, but they'll send it back to Masnick. No help underneath, swim move, scores! Make it 3 for Jared Masnick in almost the exact same fashion that he scored his second one, as he sees no help low there for Onondaga on the D end. The swim move is all he needed to get around the lone defender before he goes one-on-one on Linden Hill. Now Poco back on top by 1. 2:37 to play. With the Saints trying to earn some hardware here in their home building. The first time the Founders Cup has been hosted in Port Coquitlam since 2003. Ross, shot, scores! And just like that, the lead is up to 2. It's the leading goal scorer for the Saints, Nolan Ross, putting home his 14th of the tournament. Sending Linden Hill to walk a quick lap over to the corner, try to regain his thoughts. Onondaga had all the momentum here for much of the second period. So they started this one off trailing. And then a handful of goals put them in top. All of that before Poco was able to tie it and reclaim the lead themselves. Now we're in the late stages, less than 2 minutes to play, and Poco's back up by 2. Johnson. Deflected pass, goes through, over off the corner boards. Woodward jumps for it, takes it away, and now Mander's up to play, alone on a breakaway, scores! Kalen Mander gets another one, the lead is 3. Just call him Mr. Transition. Kalen Mander, left all alone, goes in on a breakaway from the D end. I don't have the luxury of live stats in front of me, but that's got to be 3 goals in certainly less than 3 minutes for Poco. Now a collision and possession for the Saints. Dozy tries to back up into Nelson Jones. Masnick Fakes the in move, now swing pass, shot and a save by Hill. Got to be careful there, friendly fire off the rebound. And that one will fall straight to Grayson Beggs, who sends it back up the floor. 55 seconds remaining in the second period. Masnick on the hunt for goal number 4. Flip pass to the middle, shot and a save by Hill. Riley Learn got cleaned out there, but Gabe Edwards goes over center. He's got Garen John with him, a 2-on-2 shot, saved by Beggs. Now Polka wants a timeout. There's an injury too on the floor. And we'll see. Newton got an extra shot there afterwards. I didn't see an arm go up. Trainer now getting onto the floor. And the Poco fans are furious, and Onondaga is going to get a penalty for this. Cole Newton is still on the ground and has hardly moved. Now the officials will call for both coaches to join in conversation here. And the chippiness has just continued to boil over. It started, I mean, really right off the opening faceoff. Both teams had higher expectations of a championship, but there is still a bronze medal on the line, and neither team want to come home empty-handed. Now Newton back to his feet. And walking. And we'll see if he just goes straight down the tunnel here. I imagine he will do so with just 28 seconds to go. And Cole Newton will head off, and going to the box for the RedHawks will be Gabe Edwards. So it's a 2-minute penalty. Roughing is the official call. And now, with under 30 seconds to play, Polka will go to work on the power play. .52% power play coming into this game. There's a hit from behind on Dozy, still with possession. Now another call coming up against Onondaga on a late slash. 5 seconds to play. Murray, fake shot, shoots, saved by Hill. 3.6 seconds to play. We'll get a 2-man advantage now on the slashing call there by Mike Quick. Just undisciplined there, as it was. I mean, say what you will about the force of the slash, it was while the player's down. It's, say what you want, but that's just an undisciplined call there. Now 3 seconds to play. Ross quickly in, fires a shot. One last save by Lyndon Hill. More rough stuff afterwards. But we are gonna step aside. 40 minutes in the books, 20 minutes to go, and then a bronze medal will be awarded. You're watching Founders Cup action live on BC Sports TV. One more period remains here in the bronze medal matchup. George is giving me that look. 20 miles, 20 smiles, baby. There we go. Bronze medal game here between the Poco Saints and the Onondaga RedHawks, and Poco on a 5-on-3 advantage for about a minute and a half. Now up by 3, 8-5. And Onondaga, they've already made a comeback in this game. They'll need another one. There's a fake shot. Now back to the point. Murray shoots wide. Mander comes off the bench to play safety just at the right time. Now one last shot and one last save. Second chance. Great save by Hill. Loose ball goes free through the middle. An easy loose ball there for Kalen Mander to collect and get it right back to the power play. Murray shot, save, trickles over, they score! There was just enough on it off the Brendan Murray shot for it to roll past and over the goal line. 50 seconds into the third period, Poco makes it 9-5. That feels like it's been the first goal in a while here for Brendan Murray. I don't know if he had a goal last night, but he's racking up the points. He leads the team in points overall. 6 goals, 17 assists, now 7 goals. And his team will remain on the power play for another 50 or so seconds as Newton takes it away. So good to see that Cole Newton is back out onto the floor as he left due to injury late in that second period, taking a high hit while on the ground. But he grabs possession for his team as their power play will go back to work. Dozy through the middle, out of the reach of Riley Learn. Masnick will collect, 3 seconds to shoot. No looker to the opposite crease. Dozy has that go past him. Now he'll apply pressure on the forecheck. Onondaga gets free of that easily. Mason Homer. Drop pass now to Arrow Booth. Booth circles back, uses the screen from Trevor Hill. 5 seconds away from going back to 5-on-5. Now Edwards from behind the net. Passes the middle, out of the reach of Jack Rice. Back to 5-on-5, but the shot clock will expire and it will be Poco possession with a free clear. They'll start off in the near side corner to the right of Linden Hill. First man in is Jared Masnick. That'll be an interference call on the pick set by Jordan Reckenick, and he's gonna get a penalty for it. Nelson Jones has some words for him as well, but it will be an Onondaga power play just over 2 minutes into the third. A power play that is brought to you by Extreme Threads. You've heard so much about Extreme Threads throughout this week, even today alone. 604-346-9545 for all your customized apparel and other needs. Now here come the RedHawks, down by 4. On the power play, trying to cut the lead. Pass to the middle, Johnson shot, robbed by Beggs. A great glove save by Grayson Beggs. Now up the floor, and Mander can't collect it. Reaching behind him the whole time through, and the bounce was not a favorable one for Kalen Mander. He'll head back for some more penalty killing duties. Here's Hill to Cook Jr. Heavy shot, high save by Beggs. He'll bat the rebound to the corner for Onondaga to collect. But a heads-up play by the Poco goaltender because they had Rio Johnson hunting for that loose ball. Beggs instead knocks it loose. Now Hill to Cook Jr. again. Rio Johnson has some room. Fake shot now to the corner. He'll come back over top, 10 to shoot. Rio Johnson with some room, scores! Make it 17 goals now for Rio Johnson, up to 26 points. As he just waits and waits and waits until he finds a lane that he likes, working through to the middle. And then he's got the hands to be able to throw fakes to beat a goaltender and fire that one home. That's a big goal for Onondaga, cutting the lead now to 3. About 3.5 minutes into the third. Should I add one more 3 to that, George? It's a lot of 3s. Possession, Onondaga. Garen John. Late man to join in will be Rio Johnson, the latest goal scorer here for the RedHawks. Now Trevor Hill, stick check. Johnson falls, no call. Another hit behind the play on Johnson, and one more is Rio Johnson. A hit from behind on, I believe that's Ethan Self, who rips away Rio Johnson's stick. Let's see if we can catch this in time. Right there. Ethan Stelf is going to go down the tunnel. And that might be a major penalty here, folks. You can feel tempers rising. And it will be a 5-minute major penalty for high sticking to Rio Johnson, who just got Onondaga back within 3. One of their offensive powerhouses for this RedHawks team. But now he'll sit for 5 minutes. Jared Masnick will start off this possession. Another power play here for Port Coquitlam, who have a little extra hop in their step to start this third period. 15 minutes away from a bronze medal here at the Founders Cup. If this continues, Dozy to Masnick, around the corner, shot saved by Hill. Now Riley Learn and Eric Dozy will apply the 2-man forecheck. And they're going to cause a turnover here. There's the 10-second count against Onondaga. Great job by Eric Dozy and Riley Learn, who get possession back for the Saints. Reminder as well, shortly following this one, 3:30 start time. It will be the championship game between Akwesasne and Edmonton. And we'll have that live for you here on BC Sports TV as Ross tries to rip that one home. Just running out of room, driving low. And a save by Lyndon Hill. Now a long pass goes up into the rafters. Another turnover, and Poco will take possession right back. Masnick again runs quarterback. Backhand flip pass, now cross floor. Murray, no looker. Nolan Ross off the post. A rising sub shot beat Lyndon Hill, but could not beat the goaltender's best friend. Now Poco quickly into the zone off a late change from Onondaga. Murray shoots wide. Grayson Beggs steps out of his crease. Quick up over to Murray. Another quick up here as Learn reaches around, saved by Hill. Loose ball battle continues from the corner. Learn back to his feet, battling for it. Masnik comes in to help. That falls through the middle, taken away by Onondaga. Dozy with a slash, no call there. As here come the RedHawks. Bryce Stout circles back, finds Jack Rice on the swim move. In come the Newton brothers. Rice still with possession, loses it on the stick check from Bailey Newton, and now we'll get a call, and it will be Bailey Newton heading off. 2:25 remaining in the original major penalty to Rio Johnson. Now Poco will head off for 2 or less here on the holding call to Bailey Newton. Built on the definition of unpretentious, Mr. Mike's Steakhouse offers great, affordable food and drink selections in an environment that lets you be you. Come as you are and enjoy great food and drink in a relaxed atmosphere. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse in Coquitlam. Ball gets knocked loose. Nathan Miller takes it away. Mander streaking the floor with him. Miller's gonna take it himself, shot wide! Rebound goes out of play, possession Onondaga. Mason Homer, flip pass to Vern Cook Jr. Now Garen John, flip pass far side, too many men, that'll go against Onondaga. Frustration taking over here for the RedHawks. Just a miscommunication. And we'll see if they can rein it in here. Taggart, near side feed to Masnik. There's that swim move, driving low, shot saved by Hill. That'll go out of play off of the Onondaga goaltender last. Fresh 30 now for the Saints. Masnik, one hand on his stick. He's got a lane if he can get down low. There's no help underneath. He'll send it to the far side instead. Moog couldn't handle it. Collected by the RedHawks. Here's Rob Hill. Garen John comes in to help, receiving that pass and going over to the far sideboards. 12 minutes remaining in the third. Far side feed, Trevor Hill on the flip. Garen John, toe drag, nice move. Second defender comes in, great save, Beggs! Now a stretch pass to Brandon Woodward on a breakaway, Woodward, and he scores! A save on one end turns into a breakaway on the other, and Brandon Woodward cashes in. Gabe Edwards closing the gap, but just could not get close enough, and Brandon Woodward grabs his first of the game, reclaiming the 4-goal advantage. Will remain 4-on-4 for the next 5 seconds until Bailey Newton will step out of the box, and it will be now a 24-second power play here for the Saints. 10-6 with 11:20 to play in the third period. Learn. Far side feed. Masnik back out onto the floor, looking for his 4th goal. Ross steps into one and a kick save. The rebound falls. Second chance with a one-timer. Great save, Lyndon Hill. Now we'll go 5-on-5 as Johnson steps out. Triple team on the forecheck. Eric Dozy can't grab possession. Onondaga goes the other way. Carson Colucci stumbles, regains his footing. He'll circle from the corner. Arrow Booth comes in. Vern Cook Jr. He opened the scoring here for the RedHawks back in the first period. He'll go off ball, down low to the crease. Pass to the middle, blocked by Masnik. And now an interference call will go against Poco. Slow to get back to his feet here for the RedHawks is Braille Abrams. He's down low on the crease. Pass was too high for him. His team regains possession though, and now we might get a fight here as Rio Johnson and Ethan Self is just throwing punches here. Johnson, now we got a man coming off the bench as Nick Thomas streaks off the bench to go after Ethan Self, who is just throwing punches at Rio Johnson, who didn't want anything to do with that. Nick Thomas is certainly going to be out. Ethan Self should be out as well. That is not what you want to see. You certainly don't want to see punches thrown at a player who clearly is just trying to defend themselves by shielding their head. And you certainly don't want to see a player go sprinting off the bench to go and join in. And there is still 10 more minutes on the clock here to play. Still waiting for the official word here. It's Vern Cook Jr. and Austin Taggart, two of the captains, discussing with the officials. In all honesty, I'm glad that Rio Johnson looks like he's okay as he kind of shakes that one off and gets into the penalty box. Again, just holding his arms up, trying to soak as many of those punches from Ethan Self into his arms. And I'm also glad that the officials or whoever it was that grabbed Nick Thomas, who was sprinting off the bench, did that, because if he had gotten a hold of Ethan Self, that would have been ugly. Just ugly. Now there's a trainer going over to check in on Ethan Self. So not exactly sure what's going on there. Now the captains rejoin once again. And Self is going to leave. I'm not sure if he's been kicked out of the game or if this is for medical reasons, but he's going to go off with some assistance off to the side. So Poco will for sure have to have someone to go in and serve in place of Ethan Self. And Rio Johnson is going to be tossed from the game as well. Now the officials join in to discuss with the coaching staff of both teams once again. It will be Onondaga ball. So 5 minutes on the board for Poco, 2 minutes on the board for Onondaga. In all honesty, I'm surprised there's not more in terms of penalties. Tough transition, but we will get back after it here. The drums try to bring this Onondaga team some energy once again. They start up with possession. Trevor Hill working on Mander, forced to the corner. Flip pass down low, shot saved by Beggs. Now drop pass to Austin Taggart. In comes the Saints captain. Pass over to Jared Masnick. We remain 4-on-4 here. Masnick spins. Good stick check there by an Onondaga defender. Still battling for it. Carson Colucci. That ball falls free between some legs. Colucci with Masnick pinned into the corner, and it will be possession RedHawks. And now Lyndon Hill is going to go onto the bench. So Onondaga will go 5-on-4. No penalty, just an extra attacker. Here's Booth. Shot wide. Rebound goes in front of the Poco bench. And now Hill will sprint back towards his crease, and it'll be Poco possession. That's right, Jeff Fisher. He is fast. Lyndon Hill is a fast goaltender. He's actually been my favorite goaltender to watch. Spin move by Masnick. He'll switch hands for a moment. Now loading up, following the pick. Flip pass over to Learn. Oh, he couldn't get a handle. Hill back to the bench. Onondaga down by 4 with 8:35 remaining here in the third. Bronze medal on the line. It's Gabe Edwards. From the corner, now he'll come up top and send a bouncer to the far side. Now Cook Jr., a low shot blocked by Newton. They try to get one more shot. No goals. The buzzer clearly had gone. I think Poco wants to delay a game call there or an unsportsmanlike. Not going to get it. The officials, in my opinion, are doing a pretty solid job of trying to regain control of this game before it got too out of hand there. So Onondaga on the power play now. Poco possession though as Learn fires a shot. A bouncer goes into the leg pads of Lyndon Hill. Not sure if that was intentional or not, but kind of kicks it up towards his offense as he was heading towards the bench. But he goes back to his crease with it being a Onondaga power play, so they will remain 5-on-4, working it down low to the corner. Booth. Shot, scores! That's a big one. Arrow Booth gets his second of the game. They try to clear some space on the double screen far side. And Booth with a well-placed shot, nothing too heavy, but just picked his spot and fires that one low past Beggs. RedHawks now back within 3. And we'll see if they continue to send Hill to the bench or not. Woodward goes in, shot and a save by Lyndon Hill. Rebound goes to Gabe Edwards. Quick up the floor. Colucci takes a hit, a slash on top of his head. But keeps possession for his team. Booth back out onto the floor, looking for his hat trick tally. Late man in is Gabe Edwards. 5 seconds to shoot. Booth with some room. Pass far side. Cook Jr. was loaded up for it before he had it into his stick. Ends up dropping it. And Poco will go the other way. Deflected pass to Masnick. Goes the other way now. Onondaga gets it right back. power play getting back onto the floor. Vern Cook Jr. is the last man in, and he has the ball now. There's Booth. He's going to take it himself, shoots wide. Rebound goes off the sideboards. Batted away by Tyler Learn. Cook Jr. one last shot and he scores! From no angle, Vern Cook Jr. cuts the lead to 2. With 1 second on the shot clock, picks 5-hole past Beggs. Now there's some life injected back into the Onondaga RedHawks. They can smell their comeback. Down by 2, 6:10 to play. In comes Woodward. Pass through to Newton. Pass wasn't a good one, and now the RedHawks collect again, going back over center. 2 quick goals there from Onondaga. Now looking for their 3rd straight. So we'll go back to 5-on-5 play. Hill remains in his crease. Gabe Edwards will be the late man joining in. Wanted the ball at the point, taken away. Now off to the races is Bailey Newton on a breakaway. Newton, great save, Hill! It's the 2nd breakaway in this game for Bailey Newton. Again, unable to find the back of the net. Now here's Arrow Booth. The Drums are back in action. 15 seconds to shoot. Cook Jr. Far side, Garen John returns it to Cook Jr. Another shot. Saved this time by Beggs. Fresh 30 for Onondaga. Under 5 to play. John sends it over to Booth. Underhand flipper to Cook Jr. Now down low to the corner. Gabe Edwards. Backhand flip. It's a good one. He gets a shot off, but they step through the crease. Nelson Jones is slow to get up here. Might have taken a slash to his wrist as he has his glove half off of his hand now, back onto the bench. Here's Jared Masnick. Nolan Ross. Moog over to Murray. Under 10 to shoot. Murray surveying. Pass to the corner. Shot. Scores! And Tag Moog is fired up after that one. A similar angle to where Vern Cook Jr. scored from last time. How about that timing to find your first goal of the Founders Cup? Tag Moog buries at a crucial time. That one will go cleanly out of play, touching a Saints stick last. Now Lyndon Hill will come back to the bench, and Onondaga will go 6-on-5. Got to get the right player on. Now they do. Gabe Edwards and Arrow Booth will join. Abrams behind the net. John Pierce, pass through, finds Trevor Hill, forces the corner, gets the pass over. No looker to Vern Cook Jr., who dropped it. Now batted towards the center line just as the shot clock expires. Mander with an empty net, gets around the first check, sends it towards the goal, and he misses. That gives Lyndon Hill time to get back in between the pipes. That one will bounce off the end boards and out of play, so Hill will again get back to his bench, and it'll be possession Onondaga on their own side. Now they'll call timeout. 3:28 to play in the third period. RedHawks down by 3. George, I keep saying that I'm having fun. Are you having fun here in the booth? George is having fun, folks. We're having fun up here. What a game we have with the bronze medal on the line. Incredible. Right when I thought this was going to get out of hand with all that crazy action that was going on in the midway point of this period, I believe there's 10:19 to play still when that, I don't know what to call it, just ugly incident, I would say, between Ethan Self and Rio Johnson plus Nick Thomas happened. I thought that was going to be it. I thought the frustrations were going to completely boil over and take over for Onondaga, but full credit to them because they have continued to push. They were down by 4. They got back within 2. Poco answered back. Now it's a 3-goal deficit once again with 3.5 to play. And Onondaga is going to continue to push here. One last bit of instruction for Trevor Hill, who will start off this possession. 6-on-5 right now in favor of the RedHawks. Poco will go to his zone defense. John sends it behind the net. He and Abrams play pass. Now Edwards fires a shot wide. Rebound off the corner boards. Here's Arrow Booth. 10 to shoot. Just over 3 to play. Pass to the middle, off the mark. And taken away by Nathan Miller. He throws it up the floor and is going to give it right back to Onondaga. Here's Garen John. Again behind the net to Braille Abrams. John with it again. Pass. Nelson Jones to Arrow Booth. Shot saved by Beggs. Now Woodward. He's got a forechecker and a delayed call going against Onondaga. That'll be an illegal substitution call. Now the officials will join in. Hill was back towards his crease, and it will be confirmed. An illegal substitution call with 2.5 to play going against Onondaga. And that might be the dagger here, folks. We will see. But the Poco power play making their way onto the floor as Bruce Benedict makes his way over to the penalty box. A tough break in these late stages for Onondaga. Still not completely out of reach, but the mountain got that much steeper. Here's Dozy, working his way in. Murray to the point. Masnick, backhand flip. Ross still has it. Return to Masnick. Shot saved by Hill. Dozy applies pressure. Good stick check, but getting away from it is Mike Quick. Now working on Newton. Hill back to the bench. Pass down low. Here comes Pierce. To Arrow Booth. So 5-on-5 now with Lyndon Hill on the bench. Booth from the corner, 1:35 to play. Flip pass, and they can't get it on target. Now Mander will go the other way. Masnick. From the outside, Murray on the power play for another 40 seconds. Nolan Ross joins in, takes a shot, and it goes over the line. Hill got a piece of it, but it wasn't enough. And that will officially be the dagger. 12-8 now with just over a minute remaining. It is Nolan Ross sealing the deal. And let's just talk about Nolan Ross here for a second and the job he's done offensively for these Poco Saints. Just been filling the net at will. With that, his second goal in this game, up to 15 on the tournament. Some clutch times to find the back of the net as well. And now with a minute remaining, Gabe Edwards pulls Woodward to the floor, no call. Poco keeps possession, and they'll hang out on their own side of floor trying to kill as much clock as possible. Now Miller, 3 to shoot. He'll send that the length of the floor. 29.3 seconds to play. Onondaga, maybe with one final rush. A shot from distance. Saved by Beggs. Rebound goes to the corner. Battle goes for the loose ball, and it's collected by Onondaga. Booth. Shot. Wide. 10 seconds to play. Rebound goes all the way back over center. The RedHawks will just leave it to the corner as Hill will collect the ball, and that will do it. The Poco Saints, hosting the Founders Cup, will leave bronze medal champions. Met with a round of applause. We will now await the announcements of the first and second team All-Star announcements. But we're just going to let the sounds of victory take over for the time being. And I will step aside. Reminder, we have the championship game coming up in a little over an hour. 3:30 Pacific is the start time for the championship matchup between the Akwesasne Thunder and the Edmonton Warriors. Live here for free on BC Sports TV. But again, for now, I'll say goodbye, leave you with the sounds of a bronze medal victory for the Poco Saints. For our entire cast of characters up here in the booth, for cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, I've been Tino Farah, we've been BC Sports TV, and we will see you for the Founders Cup championship game.
drums were fabulous. I've never had such a great atmosphere at the John Bailey Arena. We got a little bit of hardware to handle. We'd like to introduce Mr. Terry Mosdell. He will take care of the hardware for the afternoon game here. We're going to announce our second team All-Stars, and then we'll do first team All-Stars. So second team All-Stars, number 35, Lyndon Hill. And from the Saints, number 4, Nolan Ross. And now for the two first All-Star team selections. From the RedHawks, number 7, Rio Johnson. And while we're waiting for Rio to come back out, I'd like to give a personal thanks, and all you Port Coquitlam fans that watch Junior A, Jaden Jimerson back in the building. Thank you, Jaden, for your dedication to the Saints this year. You're the man, buddy. Not sure where Rio is when he does come out. We can give him a big round of applause. Maybe, Jaden, you can grab his jersey for him. First team All-Star for the Port Coquitlam Saints, number 15, Jared Masnick. And now, Bev and Terry Mosdell will hand out the bronze medals to the Port Coquitlam Saints. Congratulations, Port Coquitlam.